Easy to get into, hard to maintain.
Yes, yes. Oh, oh, oh.
I'll have what she's having.
Heavens to Murgatroyd!
I'll have what she's having.
Oh my God! My lady, come, my lady. My lady, come, my lady. My lady, come, my lady.
Good evening, this is S. Michael, and with me as always is...
Christine.
And we are... I'll let you say it this time.
Oh no.
See if you can remember the whole thing.
Oh no. Taboo.
Uh-huh.
A couple's journey into the depths of sexual depravity.
Perfect. All right, it was a little clunky at the beginning, but as you gained confidence, it was...
Please. I was kidding.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You had me fooled. See, she's a great actress, too. She really is, actually. You should hear some of the role play shit she does for me. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, maybe we should talk about that.
Yeah, right? No. Well, okay, so first, before we get into the taboo of the evening...
Sorry, still coughing,
have
guys.
Have done a role play episode?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
I gotta get my cop outfit. All right. Yeah, because we got pirates. All right. Anyway, so let's do a quick update on our relationship.
Okay. Go ahead.
What? Me?
Yeah, Mike's going to do a lot of the talking tonight because I have something stuck in my throat.
She has some kind of pharyngitis or some shit.
I will talk, but he's going to do the majority.
See, I really like the way her voice sounds when she's sick. It's kind of husky. And,
sexy.
yeah.
Okay, update. Life update. Relationship update.
So, things are moving right along. I mean, we haven't really done any lifestyle stuff. We checked in a couple weeks ago on our dating apps, Adult Friend Finder and Swingles. What's Swingles?
I don't know. I call it SLS.
SLS, which is...
It's a swinger site.
Swingers Lifestyle, I think is what it stands for, and also FET. And yeah, there's a little bit of traffic, there's, what you've been up to, you want to hook up, yada, yada. There was one dude on AFF who was like, the reason you got breast cancer is because you sleep around, basically, is what he was saying. That was kind of weird, but...
Yeah, he told me if I didn't want to get breast cancer, I shouldn't have been a whore, basically.
Okay. So we're not meeting that guy. Surprise, surprise.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I mean, we have had so much going on in our lives, getting prepared for Christine's surgery, which is coming up in a couple of days. So yeah, just if you want to send us good vibes or wish us well, or even, tell us what you've been up to, tell us what you want to hear us talk about, you can email us at tabooacouplesjourney@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
We love hearing from anyone and everyone. And in the past, we've gotten some very saucy emails, so that's always appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, you can just comment in the YouTube comments section if you like. Even if you don't like the show, tell us why you don't like it. Tell us anything you like.
Yeah, because, constructive criticism is what we're looking for. We would love some constructive criticism if you got it.
But I'd also like you to tell me to go fuck myself so I can respond in kind. No, I'm just kidding. I get plenty of that on Facebook.
He would, and then I would be like, Mike.
Do you really want to do that, Mike? And I'd delete it and say, fine.
I don't tell him what to do. I just suggest it might have been a little hasty.
Which is always more satisfying anyway, to make somebody think it was their own idea to improve themselves. So it works. She's good at it. But yeah, I mean, that's our relationship status, basically, is that we're in kind of a limbo right now when it comes to lifestyle stuff. But I am still fully anticipating that we will be back with a vengeance after, Hunny has healed up, and we figure out what our new normal is.
Well, our new normal is I ain't got no boobs.
I mean, yeah, but, there's also a lot that goes along with that,
And I'm looking at my boobs right now. Bye, guys. Bye.
I want to see.
You were fun while I had you. 63 years was a good run.
That is a pretty good run.
There they are.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, they would not let us get them bronzed.
No.
They wouldn't let us take anything home from them.
No.
It's against our policy.
I told them that we wanted to have a Viking funeral, give us a nipple, and we'd put it on a pyre and set it on fire.
Which would be great, and I don't even see how they can say no. That's kind of almost a religious thing, you know? Like, don't you oppress me.
And they said no.
Nope, against policy. And I honestly think it's because they want to keep people from eating human flesh.
No, jeez. Okay, so just in case you don't know, apparently they put them in a pathology lab, and they sit there for a year, and I guess they test it more or do something probably for statistics. Maybe they see if it grows more.
I'm gonna hire a ninja to sneak into pathology and bring your boobs home so we can have a Viking funeral. God bless it.
I want to wear some horns.
Or we could see what they taste like.
Oh, stop.
Well, that's a whole nother show.
You
All right.
you eat me already. You don't need to eat my boobs.
That is true. And you taste good.
Like
All
chicken.
Right. I do have some exciting news.
Oh, I cut my hair.
She got a haircut, yep.
Yeah, it's been falling out a lot. And it's really been, just dead. So I went into the hairdresser and said, cut as much as you need to. And she cut it up to my shoulders. So if you want to see it, you can, excuse me, you can go on to our Facebook group, Unfiltered Real Talk with Christine and S. Michael, or our YouTube channel, same name, and you'll see me with my long hair, with my short hair, with my extensions. I got extensions, so when I want long hair, I can have it.
Did you order the ones we just looked at?
Not yet, but I'm going to order some pink ones.
Yay.
Yes, so, yeah, check me out.
I've got a pink hair kink, and she's feeding right into it. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, so, go check me out, please. And if you want to, go onto our Facebook group and send me a what do you call it, a well wish?
Yeah.
Be well wish.
Yeah, good vibes.
Good vibes.
Always encouraged.
I eat them up, guys. Eat them up. I need them. Thank you.
You can also catch Hunny on Chaturbate, although it may be a minute until we do a new show.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you, I'll tell you right now, that is something that here in a few months you are not going to want to miss. Because we're jumping into this thing with both feet. I figure, and Christine, I'm pretty sure you're with me on this, if you're going to lose your boobs, but you're a sex maniac like she is and like I am, you're going to jump in with both feet and you're going to make the most of your situation. So we're going to rock that chest of yours.
Yeah.
She's getting a fucking amazing tattoo.
Yeah, I'm not doing like what you've seen other people do, flowers and vines and I don't know, Mandela stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm doing a Gothic cathedral all the way across my chest, and it'll have some vines growing up either side, coming out of my armpits where my scar ends. So it's gonna be all black and white grayscale. It's gonna be awesome.
So yeah, I mean, something to look forward to. We talked about this during the exploitation episode. I'm anticipating a lot of people being interested. Whether they're going through some shit on their own, whether they're into the kink of it, or they just want to support somebody who doesn't mind not having boobs, but insists on continuing to be sexy and involved in the lifestyle.
I want to not normalize. I want to make it sexy. I want people to look at it differently. Damn it. I'm going to make people come see me. Be like, let's go see that sexy mastectomy person.
Sexy mastectomy. I love it. So yeah, there's always a silver lining, folks. And we're going to latch onto it and make the most of it. So I am truly excited about that. But yes, we are going through something that is traumatizing. So we don't know, honestly. We've already missed a few shows because of all the drama involved in that and other things that we've been dealing with. So we're not certain how consistent we're going to be over the next few weeks.
I'm going to try.
But we are both going to try to continue doing all three podcasts that we do. Christine mentioned Unfiltered Real Talk with Christine and S. Michael. That's our dating and relationship show. And then she also has a a related show that you haven't really gotten into yet.
No, I've done a couple. I really need to do one before surgery.
Yeah.
It's called Unfiltered After Dark with Christine. Or is it with Hunny? See, it's been a while since I've done it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember if that's how long it's been.
But it's Unfiltered After Dark.
And then I do a horror movie podcast called The Scared Shitless Podcast, where we just talk about scary movies, and the only rule is that the movie that we talk about has to actually be scary. So
they've broke that rule a little bit.
Well, a little bit. The last show that we did was a musical horror movie from the 70s called Phantom of the Paradise, but there are actually some scary parts in it.
Well, and they have varying opinions, which is good, really, on what is scary. So there was, what was the one?
Halloween 3?
No. Who are the psychological one?
Oh, yeah.
It was not scary at all.
No, I mean, psychological horror, at best, that movie was a thriller, but...
Yeah, it was a, it's suspense.
Yeah.
It was suspenseful. It was a psychological suspense movie, I think.
Yeah,
it was
Look
not.
Now, I think it was.
Don't look that. Yeah, it was good for what it was, but I was expecting a horror flick, and it was not.
We don't do a whole lot like that, but every now and then I have to give throw one of my co-hosts a bone and let them do a movie that they love. So that's what we did.
So you were going to say something that you were very excited about.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, we have a guest. We will be having our first guest on the show on the 18th.
Hopefully.
At 9 p.m. It won't be live, but yeah, we've already had this pushed down the road a couple of times because this person is very busy. I mentioned it a few weeks ago, or actually it's almost been a month or two ago now, but we finally pinned her down. Metaphorically speaking, of course, she is a sex worker / exotic dancer, but she's most known for being a B-movie actress, and I'm anticipating a lot of fun. So yeah, she's in movies like Shark Exorcist, Bigfoot Exorcist, Debbie Does Demons, and Orgy of the Dead 2. So yeah, if you are interested in sexploitation horror, you're in for a real treat, as well as exotic dancing. So we'll have a lot to talk about because Christine, as we may have mentioned briefly in previous episodes, you also delved into some exotic dancing in your past. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we'll have things to talk about for sure, and I'm a B movie geek and horror movie geek, so yeah, that should be a whole lot of fun. Presuming that Christine is fully recovered by then, and I'm not doing the show without her because we are partners on this show. It's all about our relationship, and of course the taboo of the week, which this week is, what did we decide on?
Sex toys.
Yes. So I'm going to go get all our sex toys right now out of the bedroom and bring them in here and use them on Christine.
No, he's
one
not.
at a time.
No, he's not.
And we'll figure out which one is the best at what it does.
And you just sit there and listen for the next 30 minutes.
I bet some listeners would actually
Probably
do that and be happy about it.
Well, as long as I was making noise.
Right. But this isn't chaturbate, and I'm not sure that would be allowed on YouTube. I mean, obviously we're not doing video.
It would not.
But yeah, I can just see somebody stumbling across us and saying, "Oh my God," and clutching their pearls and reporting us to the YouTube
You can't
authorities.
simulate sex or have sex on YouTube. Yeah.
I'm just,
Can't do that. So we are going to talk about
sex
toys that we have. We're going to talk about our
Some that we
experience.
don't have.
We're going to talk about our experiences with sex toys. We're going to talk about things we've heard about sex toys. What you can do with them. Maybe things that we haven't done yet that we're going to or want to, or maybe they'll involve other people. Let's start talking about it.
All right, so what I like to do on the other shows that I do, and I'd like to start this way here as well, is what is your first memory of using a sex toy? Or if you can even remember farther back, even seeing or knowing about sex toys.
Honestly, my only first memory of a sex toy, this is kind of sad, really, maybe, I don't know, is I was in my late 30s and I was doing my cam show back in the late 90s, and I had a big pink dildo that I called Pinky. It was a silicone dildo, probably 13 inches, and was-
13 inches. Holy shit.
yeah. Oh well, I never got more than I probably got 5 inches in because it was very, very. The circumference was really big, so I couldn't get hardly anything in. That thing never got all the way in, and it made me squirt all the time. So that's my first experience with a sex toy.
Okay. I would say my earliest experience was finding an old school vibrator, the ones that have great big handles, and they look like, they could be a curling iron or a blender or something, but they have that large head on the end, found one of those in my parents' room, had no idea what it was, and I think they were designed that way so that kids wouldn't know what they are, and that you could say, oh, it's just a massager or whatever, but
They actually are massagers. They're back massagers. That's what they're designed after, and they actually sell them as back massagers. But everybody knows,
Yeah.
and they also sell them as sex toys.
yeah, it's like, come on, we
Yeah.
know what that's for. So that would have been
I
my
have one.
very earliest, and I would have been in grade school at the time. But the earliest actual dildo, I was probably about 14, maybe, and came across it at my best friend's at the time's mom's house. Well, it was his house, and he showed it to me, and he was like, "See, what is this, and what's it all about?" And we had no idea. I mean, we could figure it out, but he found it in his mom's drawer. It looks like a dick, and it was also pink. So I guess that was a popular shade in the late '80s, early '90s. But yeah, so that was the first sex toy I ever saw, and then my first usage of a sex toy was actually when I was probably about 20, 21. I would have been 21, I guess, because I don't think they let you in the porno store any younger than that in New Jersey. But I went in and I bought a dildo for my girlfriend that I was dating at the time, who was 28 years older than me. I was very young, so yeah, it was between 19 and 21. And I used it on her for a few months, and then I put it in her ass, and she did not like that. I had already had anal sex with her, but that toy was not designed for that. Sex toys have improved greatly since the 80s and 90s. They feel more real, they're safer, they're more hygienic. But yeah, at that time, that was my first sex toy, and she loved it in her pussy, but not so much in the ass. And she got revenge on me one time because I was in a compromising position, and she stuck it up my ass, and I was like, oh! And she's like, how do you like it? So I did not. However, not long after that, I got my first male-oriented sex toy. So I was about 21, and it was, I guess the early to mid 90s equivalent of what they would call a fleshlight now. And Christine had asked me the other day, hey, did you ever use a fleshlight? And I was like, well, not exactly, but I used like what would have been like a prototype of a fleshlight. And it wasn't great. It was one of those that you use once or twice and you realize, this really isn't what they were advertising it to be. But it was, basically what they call a pocket pussy. And so it was rubber, and you put it on your cock, and it had like these little rubber nubbins inside, and you're supposed to just jerk off with it, basically. And it felt good, but it wasn't great. It didn't feel like sex. But yeah, that was, my early experience with sex toys. Now, what I would love to jump into at this point is something you mentioned before, which we have not done, which we may or may not ever do. But you said at one time you were on a Sibian?
Yes.
And I used to watch Sibian porn like many, many years ago. I was fascinated by it.
Yeah, so in the mid to late 90s, for about 6 years, I was in a relationship, and we would go to this sex club. It was a club, but it was at a house. It wasn't at a, it wasn't like a big club.
Like in the city or whatever.
Yeah. And anyway, he had he had one sitting in the living room. And at this point, I don't think we had ever seen anybody use it. So my boyfriend's like, you want to get on it? Get on it. So I did. And of course, everybody's watching, and Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Really, that's more about the exhibitionism of it. Because at least that one in the 90s, the dick on it was ridiculously small and very skinny. So the only good thing about it was how it moved. But even that was like, I mean, it just, if it had been bigger, that would have been something. But it wasn't. So it was just about putting a show on for everybody watching. And I did. And yeah, so it was okay. I was not impressed. But they're different now.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully the quality is improved.
Yeah.
On Sybians. I know it has on other types of sex toys.
Well, I mean, I would much rather ride a real dick, for sure. But I will say, a couple years ago, my boyfriend at the time bought me a torso. And so it's the neck to the pelvis. And the chest area and the abs, it had pecs and abs and everything, and it had a 8.5 inch pretty decently thick cock, and it was pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's almost like fucking a real guy.
Yeah, and I have video somewhere of me fucking it. And every time I'd get on that thing, it was difficult. I had to work it to get that in. It's big. Yeah, so that and the Sybian are the two most, the most interesting things, I think, that I've had.
Yeah, so, but like I was saying, sex toys have obviously improved with technology. And you think about the history of sex toys, they have found dildos from like the Stone Age, or at least from like the olden days, like in Egypt and all that. They found sex toys, some with balls, some not so much. From the Victorian ages, they're like gilded and the royal sex toys. So they've been around for as long as people have been masturbating, pretty much.
Which is since the beginning of time.
Sure, I mean, if you want to stick something somewhere, just find a long cylindrical object and there you go. Probably this first sex toy was a fucking cucumber or something. So
it was probably a stick, and they probably got splinters.
You don't make that mistake more than once unless you're dumb. But yeah, so it's something that is of course taboo, which is why it belongs on our show. It's not something you want to find in grandma's room. It's not something that people talk about a whole lot. Although, now, have you ever been to one of those sex toy parties, that they do the set, they sell them there or whatever?
Never have.
That's something that's been kind of popular. I really, honestly, since the mid-2000s. I don't remember hearing about it before that. I forget what they're called, the most popular one, but maybe Adam and Eve. That's one of the companies.
Yeah, that's the store.
They're
Rendezvous or something. I don't know.
They're like Amway, basically, but with sex toys. They come to your house.
Carrying a suitcase, open it up, it's filled with dildos.
Right, and then you're supposed to invite your girlfriends, and you sit around and look at the sex toys and play with them, and probably not, actually use them.
You don't play with them in terms of masturbating.
No, but
you get to pass it around, and you're like, oh, look at this one. Oh, look at that.
It feels real. Look at the veins. Yada yada. So, because yes, I mean, we are way past the sexual revolution at this point of the late '60s. But sex toys in porn. I can remember as far back as the early to mid 90s.
There's not a lot of sex toys in porn. I mean, like if you go on and you just browse porn, I can't even say I've seen any other than unless it's
live shows like camming.
I was just gonna say like if it's a bondage show or a live show or something, especially if it's a single, if it's just a woman, then you're gonna see it a lot.
I will say I had a brief phase where I was into extreme penetration, which almost always, if you use that search engine term, brings up like giant dildos, like fucking ridiculous, massive sex toys. or butt plugs, you know.
Well, I have a question about that. Yeah, I always wonder, when you were into it, as you say, and you watched it, was it fascination, or did you actually get off on it?
No, I got off on it, and,
Wow.
and I'll tell you why. Because at the time, I was actually into stretching my asshole with sex toys and objects. It felt good to me at the time, and so that was the kink of it, was stretching. Basically, I wanted to see other people stretch themselves to their capacity. Now, I didn't get into like the prolapse shit. That's, to me, that's man, you know. And again, we never kink shame anybody on this show. So if you're into prolapse, you know, which is if you don't know what that is,
and it's also
that's where your asshole or your vagina come out of the hole.
And that's also something you can't predict. You know, if you're going to get into this type of thing, it can happen. You might not want it to. You might not be into it. It still can happen. It's not something you have to work at. If you're going to be into extreme stretching, it can happen. So you need to be aware of that when you make these decisions. Anytime you decide to do anything to your body, you need to look beyond the doing and the gratification. You need to look at the outcome.
Yeah, safety first, right? You
Well,
know.
always, people don't look at the outcome. Look down the road. And prolapse is something that can happen. When you sound, especially women, which I think is and I'm not kink shaming anybody here. If you, as a woman, sound okay, but me personally, oh my Lord, no. But one of the things that can happen.
Tell them what it is, real quick.
Sounding is when you put a metal cylinder, usually, you know, pretty
Or
small.
they have silicone ones now as well.
Yeah, it's usually metal though. I mean, it's yeah, but anyway,
surgical steel.
yeah, and you put it in your urethra. Men, it's always been something that men do, but I only in the last probably 6 months found out that women do it, and women do it on purpose, just like a man does. But, and this was something I found out when I was looking at the fact that women do it. Sometimes, and this is really hard to believe, sometimes inexperienced couples will have sex in her urethra and not know it. And they just think there's something wrong with her. She's too tight. They can't get in, you know. And like there's
Wait a minute, so a dude's fucking her pee hole?
Yes.
No shit?
Yes.
Is that even possible?
Well, it's weird, and I wonder if they're being truthful with the doctor, because there are people who get off on doing that, putting things in the urethra, which
Wait, the
includes.
doctor, so what you're saying
Oh,
is it
there's
leads
stories.
to
Yes.
damage.
Well,
Okay.
it definitely can lead to damage. Women mostly get incontinence. But they get a lot of bladder infections and things, and then incontinence. But also, a couple, like there are stories out there, you know, like doctors tell stories, right? And there are stories about couples going for infertility, and the doctor doing the exam on the woman, and her urethra's stretched out, and he talks to the husband and you know, what do you do?
You've been banging your wife's urethra?
Yeah, and they claim they don't know that's what they were doing, and he's like, well, you can't get pregnant like that, so you got to stop doing that. You got to go down here. Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know how
you don't
true.
know what you don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know how true that is. That, you know, it's a story, could be a myth,
Right.
or whatever. But women do sound, just like men do.
Okay, so yeah, when it comes to sex toys, if you're gonna stick a rod in your
know
urethra,
the outcome.
know the risks.
Know
Yeah.
the risks, long-term effects.
Huh.
You know.
I bet, a guy and a girl could fuck each other's urethras with the same sounding rod.
Yes, you could, and I'm sure they do it. I'm sure that some people get down to, you know, hey, let's do some sounding
speaking
tonight.
of fucking each other with a sex toy at the same time in your holes, have you ever done that? You ever used a double-sided dildo with another chick on the other end?
Yes.
No shit.
Yes.
Fuck, I missed that one, man. That's exciting. Yeah, I always think of whatever Dreaming with the Fishes or whatever that movie was with what's her nuts? Requiem for a Dream, that was it. The girl from Labyrinth who grew up to be a pretty damn good actress. What's her freaking name? You know who I'm
Jennifer
talking about.
Gardner?
Jennifer Connelly.
Connolly.
Yes, she plays in a movie where she basically gets addicted to drugs, and at the climax of the movie, no pun intended, she is so desperate for drugs that her pimp basically says, okay, I'll give you the drugs, but you gotta go ass to ass with this other druggie. And that's the climax of the film, and it's the part everybody remembers, and whenever you see it talked about online, somebody inevitably says ass to ass, you know, but now you didn't do ass to ass, right? I mean, well, yeah, I guess so, yeah. There's either the scissors method or there's ass to ass.
Oh, it was ass to ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I could have seen that.
Sorry.
See, now we're going to have to find another flat-chested woman to come and do that with you so I can experience that, because that is not fair.
No, she can't have nipples either. Nipples are what you're into.
She can wear a bra.
I guess.
Or
Yeah, but
pasties.
you'll be lusting. What's underneath that?
No,
What's underneath
get
that?
out of here. You think now that I'm just going to miss him so much that every woman that I see, I'm like, ooh,
You better not.
hell no.
I'll get very insecure.
Listen, you are my new normal.
Okay, so let's see. What is your least favorite sex toy that you have actually used?
Okay, so with one of my exes, we had this large, kind of clear red vibrating dildo.
Sorry.
And it was cherry scented, or it was supposed to be cherry scented. That's what it said on
Boy,
the
that's
package.
wrong.
But this was the mid-2000s.
That's a mistake. Just
And we got it, and it smelled like chemicals, like bad chemicals, like some kind of just horrible smell that would not go away. It permeated everything in my underwear drawer, and I had to keep it in my underwear drawer because, of course, it stank. You know, like just it didn't stink like something that had died or that was had gone rotten or whatever, but it was chemical smell, and it just permeated everything in the drawer. And I only used it on her a couple of times, and it was large and it was good at what it did, but it just fucking smelled bad. So that was the worst one for sure. I guess the runner-up would be the first time I tried one of those expanding butt plugs on myself. They didn't used to make them as well as they make them now, but they come with like a hose that's connected to the butt plug itself, and you squeeze this pump on the other end, and it pumps it up once it's inside your ass. Well, I'm kind of a strong guy. I mean, I worked in lumber yards and warehouses most of my life. I can still beat you in an arm wrestling competition, probably.
He can't beat me.
No, I can't beat her. She wins every fucking time. But
He lets me.
hey. But yeah, I just squeezed the shit out of it and it popped in my ass. I'm like, fuck. So that was $30 down the fucking drain. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure they make them better than they used to now. It's an evolving art form, the sex toy industry.
Yeah.
And I've seen some fucked up sex toys too, like in Asia, like underage dolls are popular, and it's fucking gross.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's
Yeah, ugh. I've also seen horse cocks, like actual designed after a horse's cock, and they're actually pretty popular. Like I've seen them in mainstream sex toy shops, and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay.
Well, I guess that those people, who are into extreme stretching, could get off on that. I'm sure somebody that's into some serious extreme stretching on a woman would probably be like, oh my God, could you imagine seeing a woman fuck a horse?
I mean, that's not just stretching. They do make large toys for stretching, but a horse cock is really fucking long too. It's like, god damn.
Mm-hmm.
That shit'll kill you if you're not careful. I mean, you put it in the wrong hole too deep, you're fucked. So yeah, again, safety first, guys. I mean, if you take away anything from this particular program, this show, always be safe. Do your homework. Use proper lubrication.
If it hurts, stop.
Yeah. And listen to your body.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, sex toys in your relationship. We use them on each other. Not a whole lot, because we just have such great sex that there's really not a big need for it. But
we have them though.
I am really wanting to get into Hunny's ass. Her virgin asshole. I mean, you still haven't been anally conquered.
No.
It's,
I mean, just the one time that I tried with my last ex.
Yeah.
When I said I kind of forced it in, he said it only went in,
Yeah.
like barely past the head. So no, not yet.
Not full penetration.
No.
So we're gonna do it, folks, and we're gonna talk about it, and we might even do it live.
Oh, you don't want to hear that. I don't know, but some of you might want to.
But we're doing it. But we're gonna do it the right way. You know, we're gonna train. You know, and there's a lot of videos, anal trainer.
Well, and that's the one thing I keep telling Mike, and now we're going to be on a little bit of a hiatus here, at least for a few weeks. But I keep telling them, if we're going to do this, we got to start working on it, because we're going to have to train. You know, we're going to have to start.
I've had my finger in there several times. We've talked about it, I think, a little bit. But
yeah, but it's funny because
she has great anal orgasms. They're so impressive.
But it's funny because Mike's really good at, if he wants to be, he's really good. He can forget himself too when he gets really into things, and he gets too rough. But when he's really, like, I don't know, he
In
gets
sync.
Yeah, when he gets in this place where he's just in sync with my body, and when he goes in, it's like fucking velvet, and he knows it's when he's made me come. Anally, I mean, he makes me moan the minute it goes in, and nobody has ever gotten that reaction from me, not my ass. And he does the same thing with my pussy. Sometimes he's pawing at me, and I can tell he's not like in sync. It's good, and he's into it and all that, but there is something different about him at times, and he knows exactly what to do. And it's got to be what he said, being in sync with my body, and I've tried to explain it to him, and it's difficult to explain, but he has a very gentle touch when he does it the way my body wants it, whether it's my pussy or my ass. He does a very gentle touch, and I don't know, he takes the time, because I'm tight, and my pussy's sort of tight too.
Yep.
And so when you initially start out with somebody who is tight, you need to sort of massage them and stretch them a little, and
Especially with sex toys.
definitely with toys, but even fingers can be very uncomfortable.
Well, I got these big lumberyard sausage fingers. So.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just absolutely fucking phenomenal. So yeah, he needs to start doing more of that.
Yeah, that's our next major adventure. And I won't say I've been putting it off, but again, our sex is so great that I've just not said, hey, let's do X, Y, Z. But
Yeah.
we do really want to, and I really want to get in that ass. So yes, we have several sex toys.
I
for
deliberately
anal
bought.
penetration and vibrators.
Yeah, I deliberately bought a variety in the hopes that we'll start out, small, and we need to start with your fingers and get that to where every time you put your fingers in, it's good, and then we need to move.
We have a skinny vibrator.
Yeah, and various sizes of plugs.
And they're cute plugs too. They have like gems on the outside where the controls are. They light up.
Some of them vibrate. Yeah, some of them light up. Some of them are just steel metal.
So that's our anal sex toys, and then we also have.
What did I do to you the other night?
What did you do to me the other night?
While I was riding you, or when I was sucking your cock.
Oh shit! Yeah, you put your fucking. What the hell is that thing called?
It's called a dommy.
Yeah.
It's a
definitely,
vibrator.
folks. Whether you're a man or a woman, look into that fucking thing, man. It's expensive, but
it's a dommy. It's from Lovin's. It's one of those you can control it. All their stuff can basically be remote controlled.
remotely. Yeah. So if you're in a different town than your significant other, or your sex partner, then
they're the people that brought you the Lush for the pussy.
So yeah, and that adds a whole nother layer of fun.
Yeah, I used it on him while I was sucking his cock, and I put it on his balls and his ass. I kind of went, down the what do you call it, the taint, in between the ass and the balls, and I just rubbed it.
Fan fucking tastic. And then she started doing the head,
Yeah.
and it got to be too much. Like,
And
so-
licking it and rubbing that on it and spitting on it and yeah.
Yeah, I will say that if I've noticed any part of my body gets stimulated for too long, I start feeling really super tingly and weird, and it's not good anymore. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an overstimulation, and it's almost like a numb pain almost, but not quite. It's just off. It's odd. But that's just me personally. I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about? You ever experienced that? Just too much vibration, and it's like, oh, this doesn't...
See, I come way before then.
Okay, well...
I just come. I come and it's done. If I was to go on and just keep doing it, I would overstimulate the skin and it would become numb and tingly. That's not pleasurable. I mean, not for me.
So that's pretty much for clitoral stimulation, although I'm sure you put it on your pussy hole too, right? From time to time.
Oh, I put it inside.
How do you fit that fucking thing inside?
I do. When I'm really horny, I fucking put that
Like the
thing.
whole fucking thing?
Yeah, I can.
No shit?
Yeah.
What the fuck? All right.
It's good.
We got to get one for here.
I told you if you want to watch me use it, I will use it for you.
Okay.
I will use it. You can just sit there and watch.
Yeah, you
I'll
know
spread
I won't
my
for
legs.
long. That's the problem with us, is like, she's trying to suck my cock, and I'm like, nope, let's fuck. She's trying to masturbate. I'm like, okay, yep, looks great, let's fuck. I just want to fuck.
And I love fucking, so okay. All he does is put his hand out, and I'm like, yep, we're going.
But we are going to get in that ass. So when it comes to vibrators...
I've been in his ass.
We've got, well, not... So, yeah, let's do vibrating toys first. We have a thin one. You just brought a new one, right?
Yes.
That's got all these different attachments on it.
Yes.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's got one for his cock. It's like a sleeve that you put on, and it vibrates his cock.
And then we got a separate one.
Oh, yeah, we got the separate one that I can control with a remote.
But you don't want me... Okay, well, I was going to say, you don't want me to masturbate.
No, I'm taking those home with me. Tomorrow I'm taking them home with me.
But you can control it from far away, so it's not masturbation.
I'm taking it
if
home.
If you're controlling it,
I'm
it's not
taking
masturbation.
it home.
We can fuck when you're
I
not here.
can't fuck. You can't fuck. With me having surgery, we are both celibate for a week or two. Don't you up me.
You're not even going to masturbate?
Oh, my chest is cut wide open. I feel like masturbating. I don't know. I don't think
when
so.
I'm sick, I masturbate some. Well,
Okay,
I
sick
did a
is
long time
different
ago.
though from being cut open.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, have you been cut open before? I have.
I had a hernia. I probably jerked off. I was 19.
Okay. Anyway, people, we've gotten off track.
Sex toys. So yeah, we have a giant one, right? I think
Oh,
we
yeah.
mentioned it before, but
He's gotten a little bit of it in there.
sometimes I call it king dong, sometimes I
Yeah.
call it voodoo dick, but it is a massive black cock.
You put
It's like 10 inches. It's fucking huge
you put
girth.
a bit of it inside me one night.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's been up in her.
Yeah.
Not all the way, but that's the issue with it, is that it's one of those that
It gets bigger towards the
it
base.
gets bigger towards the base, and then it gets thinner again.
And
but
it's still big.
it's thick the whole way through,
yeah.
though.
But it gets massive
Yeah.
at one point. Yeah. And I think that's as far as you got it, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't got past the bulb yet.
Yeah, no, he would have had to have continued working it to get that in. And he probably could have, continued lube and stretching. And
But it's tough to use because it's so long that it tends to bend, which makes it difficult to handle. If it were more firm, I think it'd be a lot easier to get it in there and do its thing. But we're working on it, We're going to stick it out with Voodoo Dick. We'll get that whole fucking thing up in you eventually.
Okay.
Same with my cock in your asshole.
Okay.
We are going to do it. We're going to get there. We got special lube. We got some that heats up. We got some that...
Supposedly relaxes the ass.
We got some that numbs the ass.
Did we get the anal numb? I thought we didn't. I guess we did.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, I know you have to
we
be
haven't
careful.
used it, but yeah. So why that one doesn't work unless your guy is like hard on fucking
Excuse me.
Viagra or something is that it numbs sensation. So if his cock is numb, he's going to lose sensation. He's going to go limp noodle on you probably.
Yeah.
So I would probably take a Viagra before we use that. But if that's how we have to do it to get in there, whatever we got to do to get in there, we're going to fucking do it. So.
And speaking of Viagra, so no, he does not take Viagra, but
I mean, I did a few weeks ago.
well, that's why I brought it up. So when we first got together, and I'm talking about this because it sort of has to do with the topics. It's sex toys or, helpers. Marital aids. So when we first got together, Mike, I don't know if he would probably tell you he was intimidated. He was afraid he wouldn't live up to whatever my expectations were or be able to please me. So he had a hard time in the very, very beginning, staying hard sometimes. He definitely was having trouble orgasming, and it made him nervous. So he got Viagra, and he took it. And it worked, and we fucked a lot. But after that, like the next day, for the first time, we fucked like 3 times, and he came like every time. And I remember him saying, and that's not the Viagra, because that was, over 12 hours ago. And ever since then, most of the time when we're together, we do like, we probably have 4 or 5 different sessions of sex daily. And he comes at least twice. It's common for him to come 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I will run out of steam,
Yeah, but this is coming from the guy who, the first time we were together,
was worried about possible ED issues.
Well, and the first time we were together, he did lose his erection, and then there was a couple times thereafter and it was precipitated, and we've talked about this. It's precipitated by something I said, or me getting not stimulating him the way he needed to be, because we didn't know each other, and he was getting in his head and thinking about it, and I didn't know what to do, so it was just like growing pains, I guess.
But sex toys can be a thing that, if you do have ED issues, God bless you, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I hope you work it out. But sex toys can be a great, at least temporary replacement for your significant other,
The point is to make your significant other feel that you still want them, even if you're having trouble performing, man or woman. If for some reason you can't, a sex toy is a great way to make your partner feel that you still want them.
And to have that bond, that intimacy,
Like women, when they get older, if they're not taking hormones, they get vaginal atrophy. So their vaginal walls will actually tear. It'll actually feel like sandpaper when they have sex. Now imagine that. Imagine every time you put your cock in something, it felt like millions of little glass cuts all over your cock. That's what it feels like to some women when they try to have sex. And lube doesn't work because they're so atrophied that the lube just beads right off like it's a repellent. So if you're a woman out there and you're having this issue, but you still want to have sex and you still want to be intimate with your partner, go get some sort of a sleeve or something. Well, I wouldn't even suggest, that would be okay, but I would suggest more like a sleeve where she could masturbate you with it and actually be touching you still, and and she can engage with you, and she can blow you.
Change the vibrator.
Yeah, just because she can't have you inside her doesn't mean you can't be in her mouth.
Yeah.
Her mouth doesn't have atrophy.
Physical infirmities are not the end,
No. It's the attitude. There's way too many toys and things you can do. Hands, feet, knees,
fists,
elbows, armpits.
I love one of my favorite episodes of Mythbusters. Of course, I'm a big Jaws freak. I've got 2 Jaws tattoos, and they did a Mythbusters episode about Jaws. but they also did sharks. And one of the myths is, does a shark automatically swim away from you if you punch it in the nose? That's always been out there as kind of a myth. And so they tested it, and one of the guys went to a sex shop and got one of those rubber fists and put it on the end of like a jackhammer type thing, and used that on the shark. And of course the shark was like, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's lots of fisting toys out there. I've seen two different styles, one with the closed fist and the other one with it's not quite a fist, the fingers are pointing, but the thumb is inside of where the fingers are, so it's like a triangle.
So I was in a relationship once where he was into extreme stretching. On me.
Yeah.
And his goal was to get his entire hand inside. He did get midway down his hand.
So past the knuckles.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
But he had to put his fingers all together,
Tuck the thumb,
all the fingers together, and go in, and he did. He didn't have an extremely large hand. He wasn't like sausage fingers or anything.
I don't think I'm ever getting my fist in you, baby.
But it was still a man's hand. I mean, it was not a feminine, hand by any means. But yeah.
Some of the more interesting sex toys I've seen, even going back as far as the mid-90s, is these blowjob toys for guys. They look like human mouths.
Lips.
They have some with mustaches on them, too, for you gay fellers. I've seen, of course, we have the swings, right, that hang from the ceiling. Those are great.
And what happened to me in a swing?
Harnesses.
What happened to me
Why
in a
don't you
swing?
tell us?
I can't talk. You tell us.
Say what? I don't remember.
Really? Oh, my Lord. Okay. I used to use a swing at the club we used to go to. Not Mike and I. We've never been to one. The guy I said I was with for about 6 years. And one time he put me in the swing. I mean, he asked me if I wanted to. Sure. And,
And they ran a train.
They did. They did. I don't know how many men. Lots and lots and lots.
A lot.
A lot. Maybe 30. It was a revolving door.
That's intense. That's campers. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Again, sorry I missed that one too.
I do. I've showed Mike pictures of me in the swing with a Filipino girl between my legs. And then she's in the swing and I'm between her legs.
I think half of what we end up doing in the lifestyle is going to be shit that she's already done with other people, so I can not be jealous about it.
Well, see, but that's not true. Because if we do things with other men, a lot of it will be new. Because most of the stuff I've done is with women. So
Good to know.
yeah. He's jealous, guys.
Well, now I'm even more jealous because you did shit with women and I didn't get to see that either. So it's like, fuck. No, it's all good. It's playful. And yeah, I do get actually jealous if people show up from her past that seem to have an emotional connection with her. Then yeah, I get a little yeah. But no, I mean, whatever you do in the past, when your significant other tells you the shit that they've done in the past, you have no right to be jealous of them. That's their past. And probably you've done some shit too. So, But when it comes to sex toys, again, and we're probably coming up on an hour, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Safety first. I would say that you get what you pay for, in my experience. Although...
Oh, wait. I want to talk about one other thing.
Sure.
DVP.
Double penetration or double vaginal penetration.
Vaginal. Yes. Double vaginal. I mean, double DP and DVP.
Or DA,
both.
double anal.
Well, yeah. Any of those. Any three. A dildo in the ass and a cock in the pussy, or vice versa. A dildo and a cock in your ass, and a dildo in your pussy. Ooh, that's 3. All the things. Those are things you can do also. If you have a fantasy, maybe you guys are considering adding a third to your party sometimes.
That's a great gateway, yeah.
It is. Will you like it? Will she like it? You can fantasize with her, get her going, do your fantasy that there's another man there, and do it. Talk her through it. Tell her he's sticking his cock in your ass and I'm fucking you, or whatever. You can use a dildo to simulate a threesome and see how you're liking it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, so sex toys aren't just, good for if you have a physical infirmity, they can help with that. That's true. But then also with fantasy, like you said, if you want to test the waters on something. If you want to fuck a horse, go find a horse cock dildo, see if it works for you.
Yeah.
Maybe some fake poop, if you're into scat play like we talked about last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, always safety first. Although I would say in general you get what you pay for. Christine's a good shopper, and she'll find those good deals on Amazon or Adam and Eve and get the good stuff, and maybe not necessarily, pay top dollar for it either if you're careful.
Yeah, the stuff that I got on Amazon, the last haul I got, they were very quality things, and I didn't pay over $20 for any of them.
So
No, that's not true. The special sleeve I got you that is remote, that was, I think, $39.
Yeah. But still pretty reasonable in the scheme
Yeah,
of things,
go into a shop, $80.
Like Cirilla's, boom.
Nothing's under like $39.
Like even the lube is outrageous.
Yeah, everything is. So yeah, check out Amazon, read the reviews, and we should put a Amazon store. Can you put an Amazon store on your YouTube channel? If we can, we should, because then we can link. I can link to the really good, the ones that we've tried that are good, and that way people can. They don't have to do all the research.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look into that, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, because I definitely do that for y'all, because I'm telling you, these toys that I got in the store would easily cost $80, and or $50 and above, easy. And I paid $20.
And honestly, we have barely scratched the surface on what's out there in terms of sex toys. There's Benoit balls, there's anal beads, there's all kinds of just fantastic, weird, cool, you name it. I mean, there's glass dildos, there's...
Oh, I love glass dildos. They're kind of my fetish. And Mike has never used one on me. And I told him, I've got 3, I think. And I said, I like them. I like to be gifted them, which I haven't been, but I bought my own.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more.
Yeah, I love them. And I was telling him that someone used one of mine on me, and the suction that it creates, because it's glass, is so different that he couldn't get it out of me for a minute. He could not get it out of me, and when I came, it like pulled out of his hand. I mean, it was just like massive suction on this thing. So glass dildos are fun.
Out,
yeah, they're fun.
But yeah, I mean, we're not going to get to all of the different types of sex toys that are out there tonight, but, explore, experiment, have fun with each other, have fun with yourself. Tell us what your favorite kind of sex toys are. Tell us about your sex toy mishaps. Did you have a butt plug explode in your ass because the pump sucked,
Get anything stuck? Have to go to the doctors?
Hit me. Oh, God, I've seen that on Documenting Reality in the medical problem section so many times. Gay men or even straight men go to the hospital with a huge dildo stuck up their ass.
I was talking to a guy, and his girlfriend was riding him reverse, cowgirl, and so he had a butt plug and was using it on her while she was fucking him, and it did not have the flared base, and he lost it inside her.
Do not put anything in your ass that doesn't have a flared base.
Yeah, he lost it in her, and he told her, he's like, oh my God. And so she freaked out. She went in the bathroom. She was in there forever. He's getting ready to drive her to the ER, and she finally got it out. But going in your ass can get lost. Like, lost.
Happened to one of my kids.
Really?
Yeah. She was so embarrassed.
How did that happen?
She was playing with her boyfriend and
got
stuck. It was a golf ball.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. No
Well, yeah,
flared
because-
base. Again,
yeah.
if it doesn't have a flared
Well,
base,
people do that.
don't fucking put it in
But
there.
people think it's funny because they have those videos of like girls shooting them out of their pussy. So they think they can do it in their ass too, but the ass spasms in a different, you know, I mean, it'll hold on to it and not let go. And it'll push it up. So
and if it goes past a certain area,
Yeah.
it can get stuck very easily.
yeah,
So.
yeah, do your homework, kids. Be careful.
Safety first. Don't
Yes.
put glass things
Oh,
in your ass.
we are going to end on this. You guys, I know we have talked about this here on this show. Mike has always teased he wants to put a bottle in my pussy. And I say, no, does it have a cap
Well,
on
it's
it?
not
And
the
he's like,
fact that it's a bottle. It's the fact that I want to put it in there with no cap.
no cap. And that's what I was getting to that. I'll always ask, does it have a cap? He's like, no, it doesn't have a cap. It's not supposed to have a cap. That's the whole thing. You put it up there, you know, and blah. I'm like, no, you can't do that. That's dangerous. It can create a suction. And he's like, oh my God, that's just stupid. And
Well, because I did it on myself when I was in my 30s.
you can. What did we just get done saying? Sometimes it might work. Sometimes it might not. You need to know the risk. So finally, and I don't know why it's taken me so long, I Googled it. And I'm like,
Can putting an uncapped bottle in your ass hurt you?
Yeah, and it said it could break or it could cause a suction that could create damage to your skin or your internal organs. I'm like, see, I told you.
And I had to say the fucking words. You were right and I was wrong.
Which
I did.
Nobody's sticking a fucking uncapped bottle up inside me. And you know what? My pussy's got some game. You're not putting a glass bottle up there because she'll squeeze it and break the damn thing.
Touche. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Good night, folks. Safety first. I'm getting this fucking bottle up in that pussy.
Night, y'all.